Hello out there, everyone in the we're bummed that land got delayed world. And today I am a fudster according to the Mav chat, which is kind of a funny thing to go over. But at the same time, I did calm down by the end of it. But it is one of those shows where there's going to be a little bit of calling out of certain people, possibly, or at least calling out of the idea that they keep doing this to us. Now, I'll go ahead and caveat it with Matt. Matt told us this wouldn't necessarily happen, baby, but it still kind of bummed me out today. It hit kind of hard, and it mostly had to do with stuff Farpatrod said that I had heard about. Get a tattoo of the date. I got this done. I'll fix it no matter what it is. And then to get a 2-week punt by the management, it almost seems like, that it's a little bit of a miss to me. But other than that, hello everybody, and let's let you talk to the crowd a little bit.
Yeah, good evening to you too. And hello to everybody. And you've always been a faster, so nothing new now. Who cares?
Oh yep. I fud right through my 1000x video. It was a clip bait, and then not many people watched it. I just fudded the whole time.
Yeah, I know. You're the number two. The number one is eating popcorn at the moment. So you're number two.
Yeah. We got
hello,
Tails.
Tails. Nice to see you, man.
He knew I was going to be on his side tonight. Bebeomega decided to cheat because I give him the link before anyone else, so he got first tonight.
Yeah.
The Fizz is in the house, and Stock Jockey, our buddy, is here as well. Now,
so you're faster, and I'm a cheater, huh?
Yeah. So, Fat Jimmy called me out for basically don't FUD the devs, because I had my same complaint. I've said this before on our show. It was starting to feel like they can't do it, right? And that was my problem, and they keep proving me more right on that thought, because to imagine that they found a super critical error that could possibly lead us to having a major loss of some of our stuff 2 days before it was released shows me once again that there was a critical problems. So and I'll just say it, when they first launched it, calculations weren't working right. I didn't understand that. There were obvious little tricks you could do and people were showing to get tons of extra SPS earned. They work on that. They fix that. And then we get to the point where Matt says, hey, we think we got a final build unless we find any major problems, and they find a major problem. How many times can we let the development team continually not be able to create this before we call them out? Because that's basically what I'm wondering at this point.
Would you them rather did not find that critical error?
No. See, that's whataboutism to me. Why was it there? How did it make it to 2 days beforehand? And look, I work in IT. A lot of us are dorks who work in IT. If I miss deadlines the way these guys are missing deadlines, if I had critical vulnerabilities in my system that I missed, I would be in a lot of trouble, if not already fired from my job. Now,
are you inventing? In your job? Are you?
I do code. I make brand new things. It's phone system coding, so it's a little bit simpler than what they're doing. I completely understand that they are working on more of a beast, and they are also working on a system that is kind of piecemealed together because you've had different coders come and go.
And I bet your phone coding is not connected to any chain.
No, we are not. But I do know the idea of working within multiple different phone systems because my company has acquired a lot of other companies. So I actually currently manage 6 different systems, and I do have to sometimes interconnect them, and I have to figure that stuff out, and I have to make it work. And if I couldn't make it work, I probably wouldn't be looked at so well by my bosses. So it's not fully even throwing this all on Farpatrod. Maybe it's a lot to ask him to do this by himself. That could be the problem. And we're just seeing kind of that this whole small team being laser focused isn't quite working because things aren't getting built right. I'm even more upset with the fact that something was seriously broken than I am with what they had to delay it. If today's delay was, you know what, guys, the holiday is coming up. We have some support staff and some critical people who were taking an early holiday. They're taking 2 weeks off for Thanksgiving because that's what they wanted to do. It all got approved before I tried to push this out. We don't feel comfortable launching. We're going to launch this the day of the 28th because by then everyone will be back. The company will be at 100%. That way we're ready to help go because there's just going to be support tickets. We just know there's going to be them, and we don't want to set ourselves up to have bad customer service. No problem. They decided to do that. They told us the date could push. They told us everything was fine. Everything's fine though. At that point, they're saying we could release it, but we decided we wanted to move it. Now it's something is so broken we can't release it. If we did, there might be some kind of security flaw that could allow somebody to, I don't know, steal all my state DEC or something. We don't even know what it is, right? They didn't tell us. But some kind of major flaw in what they were doing. And we don't even know for sure how long it's going to take them to fix it. We just know that for now they're pushing themselves past Thanksgiving, but that's more of just because they know, like I was saying a second ago, it's kind of like a Thanksgiving thing.
I have an inside information when they're going to fix it.
You're going to say it's fixed?
No, they're going to fix it when they fix it.
Oh, well, I had heard that Parpatron thinks he fixed it, and that this is why I said this is a little bit more. This almost looks worse to me, because if I'm a dev and I say it's fixed and it's working, and my boss goes, "We're not going to go live with it for 2 weeks," it's because he doesn't trust me, and he wants to have a time for other people to look it over and check it and make sure it doesn't work. And he doesn't want to release it next week at all because I have no problem with no releases the week of Thanksgiving. Fine. People should get to spend time with their family. I even had it like Royal Eagle when we were talking was even like, no, I'm going to have to work like super overtime during Thanksgiving. I'm like, I hope they don't do that to you. You guys should just have the time off. I don't care. If you punted this a week because of a holiday, go. I don't want to do the week of Thanksgiving. I want off anyways. I don't want to have to be trying to get my land working and like
you understand
it all going.
For a week. It just so happened that week was the Turkey week, so I mean it just unfortunate. Like if they postpone it for a week, would you be that mad?
The reason I'm mad is because of why. It's because once again they couldn't make it work. So if that's what the delays keep being, then the problem becomes Matt has this grand vision for this ecosystem that he wants to build for us, right? And I believe this ecosystem is going to be pretty good. I have 100% belief in his ecosystem. I believe the flywheel effect and the Protoback stablecoin is a way for SPS to go to insane numbers when you combine it with the DeFi aspect of our game. That's where my 1000x video comes from. That's where $10 to $12 SPS comes from. But you have to be able to build it. And when they contest and this is one of those things that from the outside I can't fully judge, but they haven't done a good enough job of explaining, in my opinion. When you've had a year to make what equates to a resource management game and connect it to the blockchain, and it doesn't work still, then I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say I don't know what's going on. What's so hard about this?
Well, I just say that Illuvium, which are aiming to be a AAA studio, and which have way more resources than Splinterlands, are also having their land in beta for, I don't know, like almost a year now. And sure, it's a bit, no, it's not even more complicated. Yes, it's got better graphics, but the graphics were done from the beginning. Like nothing have changed in the graphics of the buildings and everything that you're building. So obviously, if they haven't released it by now, it's because they cannot, because there is something that's stopping them. And can you tell me of any working land that somebody actually made a working land that actually is doing something?
Sure. And I actually was getting prepared for this. So let me show you something that is going to be a bit of a joke, but we are going to do it. No, we are going to do this anyways. I just got to get to the screen sharing controls here. And this is a bit of a joke. But
I like
we're gonna switch screens really quick. And they can't see us, but they can see this game that kind of jumped the shark, right? This is Stella Fantasy. And
what still what?
This is Stella Fantasy. They ruined their token, right? But I'm going to show you something they have. This is a resource game. I have buildings, creating resources. I have heroes staked into my building that help production numbers get bigger, and then I claim resources, and they help me go into the game. This
Okay, can you tell me can you show me the transaction of those resource claiming? Like, can you see the transaction on the blockchain that happens?
I didn't claim all of them. That was a very rookie
After you
mistake, 'cause
claim,
they
after
even
you
have
claim.
they even have claim mores. But
Well, they say we can't see. They say they cannot see, man. You're showing me only.
Oh, well, because it's not okay. Okay, that would be more. Okay, I need to press more buttons, guys. Just give me a second, so I can show them too. Where is OBS? Live shows without producers, guys. It's a little bit challenging sometimes. Where is OBS? Why? Oh, there it is. Oh, I can't get it up. Oh, no. It won't show up over Stella Fantasy because Stella Fantasy is mean. Can I put this in a Windows mode? I don't think I can. Let me double check.
If it's any consolation, I can see it. And guys, yeah, he's really showing Stella Fantasy.
Yeah. Oh, wait, here we go.
Windowed
that way. There we go.
No, it's live, man. It's showing live for watching.
Okay. I need to. I am terrible, guys. I am terrible. There. Now we should see that. Now they should probably see everything like normal.
But yeah, I see it normal, so they should probably too.
We might have dropped for a second there. Maybe the chat can tell me if I broke everything once I get my chat bubble back.
Maybe he was just having his fun with Gank. I don't know.
Oh, he was just messing around with Gank. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so sorry about that, guys. I think we're back live, right? Right, guys? I think we are.
He said there was some lag.
Sorry, that wasn't really good, guys, and I need 3 monitors to do what I just tried to do, but it was kind of spur of the moment, just kind of proving that, like, what Splinterlands is making is not groundbreaking in my mind.
If you were proving that, you did a bad job, man.
I know I did a terrible job of that. I wasn't ready at all. I proved that we need a producer for the show, guys, but we have to get a little more popular to be able to do one. But shout out to Virus, who I see, Supreme Victory, Birds, Bees, and Trees. Stock Jockey is still here. He didn't run away, even though I almost broke everything.
Yeah.
Jesus, will land be out in 2024? I don't know. I really don't. Yes. I can't be confident in it.
Yes.
Bebeomega saying yes. I can't be confident anymore.
I am confident. I'm confident that this is the base that they need to get out, and from that point on, yeah, things will be way faster. That's how I feel about it.
hire a producer using DAO funds. That's funny, Tails. I don't think they would approve of that. I did talk about going to Clay and telling him that the DAO should sponsor some of us that do weekly shows and stuff, and that would help out a little bit. But at the same time, until the game's a little more popular, it'd probably be a waste of money because, we have some diehard fans, and I love all of you, but we're a small group at this point still. So we'll see what happens.
Quality over quantity, man. What can I say?
Yeah, I know Plato Zero's here now. So what did you miss? Well, you really missed me ranting a little bit on the fact that Splinterlands
I'm sure he saw you in Mouth Chat, so
Well,
didn't
well,
much.
they're shaking my confidence that they have the right people to make Matt's vision. That's all that's happening. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that we can have Farpatrod come on the show and he can literally say I told you so, I told you so, and like make fun of me for 15 minutes if he wants to, because he pulls this off and he makes it work. But they put it all on him. Matt kind of functioned it back to just him and pulled the other people off of helping him to go do on the rebellion stuff and make sure that like the tactic stuff is going to work when that comes out. Otherwise that would be a huge flop. But it's like every single time that they've said this is ready, they end up having to delay because it's not ready, it doesn't work, it does bad calculations, and that's a bad look. It's not a professional look.
I have an idea.
What?
Do the smart thing and just use your DC to buy more rebellion packs.
But is that a smart thing?
Yeah, that's the
Okay,
smartest thing.
they've proven me that land, they might not be able to get land to work. Why would I support putting any other money into the game? I almost
Oh, it's
feel
not any
like,
other money. It's the same money, man.
I honestly almost feel like the right move today is to move all my DEC into a stable coin, because it's only a little bit off peg, and if they don't get this right, this is going to collapse.
But they will get it right eventually. But still, the smart move is just to get rebellion packs.
I don't know.
They're
We'll
on a
see.
limited time deal. Like plan, yeah, it may come end of November. It may come as a Christmas present. Who knows? But I mean, come on, you have DC. Use it smart.
Yeah, and Virus is pointing out, and again, this is speculation by you, Virus, because they haven't confirmed what happened, but it sounds like someone tried to white hack the system, some land blockchain transactions that could have caused a vulnerability. That Farpatrod fixed it, but Matt didn't want to go live with the fix with only 24 hours of the fix in place, and he then delayed it an extra week because of Thanksgiving. And I did say that, Virus, I think before you got here, that I understood the extra week. It's just the overall factor that they had this huge vulnerability in the system. And I almost feel like it might be a better move right now to move into HBD from DEC and just hold your money in a stable. Because if what's DEC going to go back up if I'm wrong? 6%? If it goes, but if I'm right and they can't deliver this, this is going to go way down. If they can't even deliver this soon, this is going to start to fall, because people are burning things are going great right now. We've had like 10 million SPS burned to go into DEC. We've had tons of cards burned to go into DEC. We've had rebellion packs flying off of the shelves. We have the new airdrop coming for Riftwatcher cards. Everything was going spectacular, and then Matt went on the thing and said, we have to delay it. We don't know when we're going to delay it to. There might be a fix in place, but we have to have a meeting about it.
2 weeks. I mean, really, who cares? I mean, I promise that I'll let you rant over this, but I mean, for real, like, who cares? 2 weeks.
But
14 days.
But you can't guarantee me it's coming out in 14 days.
Oh, yeah, nobody can guarantee you anything. I cannot guarantee you that you'll be alive until then.
Hey,
I mean, nobody can guarantee you anything.
Normally, when a new feature comes into a game, eventually they give you a date and they hit that date. Now, their big problem here is that they've keep falling into this trap of giving dates, either because they don't understand what's really going on in the background, or because in this case, in my mind, it's because it was the best date to have everything work out for things to be really good for us. Because if land would have hit tomorrow, like it was supposed to, during the Rebellion pre-sale going on, and then all of a sudden people start getting those occupied pots running, and we start spamming in nav chat and in regular chat, look how much SPS I made in this last hour.
Another bear.
And see, after sounds on my side.
Another bear showed up. Hello, after sound.
6 months.
Papa Bear.
Hello, after sound. So yeah, that's the thing. They can't keep it, like to this one. It feels like they let Hopium push them for this date, and they never should have done that, because we were all looking at it to just hit a home run. We were looking at having all the stars align at the end of the year. Matt takes over. Everything is clean. Everything is great. Tokens are going up. SPS is getting burned. Land is coming out. We're all going nuts in the map chat because somebody like Ink is going to come in there with like this crazy amount of SPS he's earning in like an hour when he's got those lands just popping off, and everybody who doesn't have enough DEC to get their land is just going to go out and flood the market and get it, and things are going to go wild. Well, now nothing's going to happen. Go eat a turkey.
Sure. I mean, it's not only the same year, it's the same month. So yeah, I don't see the point. Like, I don't see your point. Like, yeah, the same thing will happen on 28. Who cares? Same people that would have done it tomorrow would do it on 28. They'll still get their insane amounts of SPS. They'll still FOMO in and go get DC or whatever they were supposed to do. I mean, what's the difference? Different day.
Look, you got to understand, though, you can only do this so many times before it makes you look so bad that people's plans start to change. Because and After Sound has it right. You can only shoot yourself in the foot so many times before I just go, you know what? I can't trust this team to come through anymore. I can't trust that they're going to be able to deliver. I can't trust that tactics are going to work. I can't trust that Land Point 2 will be developed and come out. I can't trust that any of this stuff is going to work because they can't hit dates. They can't make things work. And so then, like my current land plan, this is my current land plan. Prior to today's delay, current plan, deploy as much land as I could with about 2.5 million DEC, start to collect SPS, start to burn some of it. I have a couple $1,000 payoffs coming to me pretty soon, Celsius coming into me pretty soon, and I had talked myself into selling my $5,000 Gala NFT that I had left and picking up at least $3,000 worth of DEC to bring into the game. And I was going to buy myself 190 more Rebellion packs. This is literally what I was going to do this week. Now, instead, this week, I might sell all my DEC to go to stables, and I might just wait and not purchase one more things from them until land comes out. This is what they did to me.
Yeah, and I know. Do you know what that would be?
Also,
using analogies that After Sound gave, it would be like after shooting yourself 3 times in the left leg, you decide, oh, okay, enough shooting in the left leg. Let me shoot myself in the right leg instead.
Yeah, but at the same time, I have to protect myself from not shooting myself in the head.
That's only.
So I'll risk the loss of a leg, and it's just because the fact of the matter is, you fool me once, blame my fault, but you fool me twice. I better not give you a chance to fool me a third time.
Well, but if you see it as fooling you,
I
yeah,
didn't say it right. Well, how many times can you order something from somebody, show up, and they go, I know I said it was supposed to be ready today, but it's going to be another month. Come back a month later. Not quite ready. It's going to be another month.
Oh, see, I've been
not quite ready. Going to be another week. Oh,
I know.
Wait. I know I swore this time we had it, but 2 more weeks. We got to wait 2 more weeks.
I know. Okay, I know that it's not into the Splinterverse, but I'll tell you also a short story of another project that I was in, another NFT project that was started almost the same time as Splinterlands. So it has long story as well. It's called Zedran. It's about digital horses. So they had a way of like breeding the horses. Like they had a barn where you put your horses and they was breeding. Like the breeding was working for a year maybe. It was working perfect. And then this Top Shot thing happened. After the Top Shot, everybody spilled over from Top Shots to Zedran. All of a sudden, all the horses disappeared from the market. People bought up everything, and all of a sudden, they decided that they have to change something for the breeding. They said, "Okay, we have it working, but now we have to adjust something. So we close it, we'll fix everything, and we put it out. Probably a week or 2. 6 months later, it was still soon in the Discord, and it probably was at least 9 months after that they got out something that was actually working before that. So what I'm trying to say is that you cannot predict those things. Like when you're working with stuff that you are actually developing from scratch. You have no blueprint to follow. Yeah, sometimes unexpected things happen, delays happen. Yes, it's frustrating. It's frustrating for everybody, even for me. I said I don't care about land because, I mean, I took the decision to not care because for me the rebellion pre-sale was more important. But still, I understand how it is frustrating if you keep on hearing soon and not getting it out. But it's not only them. That's what I'm saying. We're focused on them because that's what we're mostly focused. But it happens everywhere. Web3 developers are missing dates every fucking project. And I know probably Tails will tell me about Big Time because, you know, the perfect game. But I'm sure that because I remember I was hearing Big Time around the same time I was hearing Illuvium, which was probably like 2 years ago, something like that. And they're just getting out, and we'll see. I mean, we see that now.
You're turning to whatism about everybody else sucks, we suck less. That's not a good way to look at things, in my opinion.
No, I'm just saying that if
hold
everybody,
them to a higher
no.
standard than
But
that.
my point is, if everybody sucks, regardless if we suck less than them or not, that means it's not such an easy thing to do. Like, why would everybody suck? Like, let's say, okay, we got the crappiest developers in the universe. We have the crappiest team or whatever, and we suck big time. But why others like that supposedly are aiming to be a AAA studios? Why do they miss dates? Like, why they're so crappy as well? Like, obviously something that is not really about the quality of the developers or the teams. Just stuff happens when you're working with code, and you should know better. I mean, you said you're into the field as well. You should know that shit happens when you least expect it, and it can destroy your plans. And then you have to, maybe it's something very simple, which takes you literally 3 minutes of coding to fix, but it also takes you like 2 weeks to find, or a month to find. Just to write these three codes in the right place, it takes you a month to debug it and to find it.
Yeah, I understand that, but the difference here to me is that, so the one thing Splinterlands has got going for it is the economy that Matt set up, and the overall ecosystem that they've created for us here.
Which is the most important
because
thing.
but I want to say this, because in the Web3 ecosystem now, whether we like it or not, and it's, if people want to ignore this, better looking games are coming out and they're starting to work. I'm not going to sit here and say Big Time is perfect. It has problems. Its main problem is it's an MMO where you have to have parties, and it's freaking impossible to find parties, so it's not fun to play, but it looks beautiful. It is a top tier MMO game. Parallel is out there. It's a card game that looks beautiful. I'm not saying it has a good economy, but the point is,
exactly.
Yes, but there are shiny new things out there, baby. And to a new person who doesn't understand cryptos and economy, shiny things are going to attract them. So if our thing isn't that shiny, it has to work.
Steve, there are even shinier,
right?
There are even shinier things in Web 2. It's not about the shiny. It's about what Web 3 is about. It's about working economy. Like, who cares about how shiny things are? Like, you're supposed, when you have a token or multitude of tokens, you're supposed to have some use case, and not just a simple use case. You're supposed to have some economy that actually makes sense. It makes sense that people will need that token in the long run, because otherwise what will happen? The early adopters, they will get all the tokens in the world, they will just dump them. So whoever can make some money off it, they will make money, and then everything will go down to zero, and people will be left holding bags, as we see happen with so many projects in web. Because see, now we have those shiny things, but last year those shiny things were different, and it had the same result. Like what happened with Titan Arena? It was the game. It was like everybody was hyping about that crazy good game that will make them. What happened? Like, have you heard anything about them recently? Because I haven't.
Yeah, no. All of our games are not as good as Web 2 games. So that's a fact that we all have to, except for I would say maybe Big Time and maybe Illuvium if they get out what they have shown us. And I'll even throw Parallel out there that it has a look and feel that is good enough to compete with like a Hearthstone for a card game.
Well,
But
Sky River also has a
yeah,
very good
okay,
look,
but
but yeah,
here's the thing: we don't have that yet. So we need our ecosystem to be
because
amazing,
that's not
right? And
because
the
that's
thing
not
that
how you
gets
get
me
people.
is for you to say that you don't care that much about land because you don't have the DEC to use your land. But to me, you're looking at this very kind of in a box that's too simple. Land is so important to our ecosystem; it makes everything work.
Did you hear
It
what I said earlier? I said that even though I don't care because of the land, I do understand the frustration and I do understand why it's important. I just said that I don't care to extend that probably that helps me not to be salty, not to go, complain about it or fight about it or whatever. But I do understand it's important. I just understand that I'd rather them find that critical thing before they release it, even if that leads to delays, then not find it, release it, and then they have to deal with the problem for who knows how long. Because maybe what they have to go into emergency maintenance and keep the game out like for a week until they find a solution because they cannot afford to put it on because supposedly land is already live. So maybe somebody can use that and do whatever harm. So yeah, I'm just glad that they did find something that was so critical, even though they found it like only 2 days before they plan to release it, and even though it leads to a delay. I focus on that. I mean, as I said, like who cares about 2 weeks, Steve? I mean, don't get me wrong, but
no
people have been
no
waiting
no.
2.5 years
You're giving
at
them
least.
so much leeway. It's amazing to me. I mean, this kind of stuff from a Web 2 company, they would get absolutely destroyed by their investors. To have
Yeah,
critical infrastructure errors that you almost
apples
went live
oranges.
with and you only caught because some white hat person came into your ecosystem and said, guess what, guys? I figured out a way to hack your system. You better change it. That would be just catastrophic. And I try not to complain, like compare Splinterlands to, a real
I've had
company. Because, like, as an example, my IT team at my company, that's a relatively big company, is like 130 people. So, yeah, it's rough for them to go about it with the, 30 to 50 people that they have,
hey
but that
Django.
doesn't mean that you get to just move to the side like, oh yay, everybody, they found it, so now we're not going to have this big problem. You've got to be able to constructively like look at this or critically look at this and said, why was that there? How did you miss it up to this point? What
One
are
one
you
question.
guys not testing internally correctly? What piece of the puzzles are you missing that you almost went live with a critical system problem that could have put all of our assets at risk? Maybe we don't
One
know how
question.
critical it was, and yes, I'm happy it was found. We owe whoever found it a thank you, but it doesn't, that doesn't negate the bad things that led them up to this. I mean, I have to have the same argument with my kids all the time. You do one good thing, it doesn't erase all the crap you did to end up in that situation. You have to take responsibility for every piece of what they've done, and it's been not hitting deadlines, having delays, having very bad communications, not explaining really how far they were in all of this stuff over time, and then once again, for like the second time now, having one of the main leaders of the company put a date out there and not hit the date. I will defend Matt a little bit because he did tell us that it wasn't going to come out. I mean, that it might not come out. He did say it a couple times. This is subject to change. But I can't help the fact that it's starting to shake my confidence. Because at this point, and it's out there in the field, I was literally getting ready to bring another $7,000 into this ecosystem. That's not tons of money, but I'm a pretty loyal person within this game. I hold quite a lot of assets. I was getting ready to liquidate stuff in other games and other ecosystems, and now I can't justify doing it because I don't even know if it's going to come out on the 28th.
Yeah, in two
I
weeks you
don't
will.
know if it's going to work. And when it comes out now, on top of that, I can't even be fully confident that it's going to be safe to use. Because if
Yeah.
they missed one critical problem, how do I know they're not going to miss another critical problem?
Well, I mean, I know you're saying that now, but in 2 weeks, sorry.
Uh-oh, I made him run away. No, I'm sure something happened. He had to step away. Hey, guys, and you know, I'll just say, and maybe he can hear this or maybe he can't, I haven't sold anything yet. I haven't said I'm going to leave.
I hear
But
everything. So, again, I'm sure that in 2 weeks, like now, you think that like now because you're annoyed, you're affected, and like, yeah, I do understand. I'm sure in 2 weeks, whatever plans you had, you still go with them. You have all the confidence in the world because I know
yeah,
that
I
you
won't be able to buy
facing
those
your.
pre-sale Rebellion packs, though, because it's going to end.
Oh well, I mean, okay, but that's a choice you make. So, but I wanted something different because it just came up to my mind. Have we have a because we're talking about flaws and vulnerabilities? Have we had a major hack in Splinterlands or in any of our tokens? I think we haven't, but I'm not. It's not like it's not a
You know
question
what?
that I'm like,
In the history of the game, when it
yeah.
was Steam Monsters, there was something that happened, but because they were able to roll back their servers, they were able to fix it. I believe, but I can't quote you on that. But yes, one of the things I have said, and I even said this in a video that not a lot of people watched the other day, a decent amount on my Journey video, that the Hive ecosystem and the Steam ecosystem is one of the few ecosystems because of the way that it's made that I haven't been hacked yet, and I haven't had any major losses. And that's a credit to the team. They deserve that credit, but they've also, you know, I would argue to date, things have been kind of in a more simple environment. This is the first time that they're trying to do something a little bit more complex. And when you do more complex things, that's when you open up vectors for attack.
Okay, but my question was for a reason. And then my second question is, do you know why?
Yeah, and after Sound saying there was a bridge hack earlier this year on one of the bridges that they use. So they have had some issues. And Roonies have been hacked, but that has to do with Ethereum and OpenSea more than it has to do with them. So
my question is, do you know why the Illuvium token is called IOV and their layer 2 token is SIOV2?
Yeah, because they had some problem with the contract, or they got hacked and they decided to relaunch their token or something like that to fix it, would be my guess.
Oh, it was a big hack.
It's a bigger
if you're just going to
say that we're not as shitty as Illuvium, or you're just going to say we're not as shitty as Thetan Arena, it doesn't mean we're good. And
no, but you're saying
the equivocation there is driving me crazy because I need them to be good. I don't need them to be less shitty.
Sure, but what I'm saying is like we're talking about a way bigger company first, and then we're talking about security. I mean, come on, how many exchanges have been hacked? Like, I mean, it's like literally.
Yes, bridges get hacked for millions of dollars. But also, one of the things that makes us not as target for those really sophisticated hackers is that there isn't that much money here to steal.
Okay, but you're talking about your confidence. I mean, come on. Do you tell me that just because they found something critical 2 days before,
but they didn't
now
find
you don't feel safe?
They didn't find it.
They did.
From everything we've heard that's been rumored, they didn't find it. Somebody else brought it to their attention that was testing it.
Whatever it is, they had it out for testing, and it whether it's community member, whoever it is, it came out before it can do any damage.
Look, like literally today, one of the things I saw that almost made me realize that I need to remember that as cool as Splinterlands is, and as much as I love this game, they are not a top tier area of dev work and QA and all of that kind of stuff. And this team is kind of lean, and I have to lower my expectations a little bit maybe. And this is maybe a little bit on Quantum Nachos, but we're having an argument in the map chat, and VC Dragon is getting really upset that this happened and that nobody found it. And they literally, a mod of the Splinterlands told VC Dragon, a customer, well, why didn't you QA it more? Maybe you would have found it sooner. And I was like, are you joking me? You got mods now telling the customers that they have to go QA your stuff because your team can't do it. And I know he did that because VC Dragon literally was just complaining like crazy. He was even
Like
being
always,
a little
like
bit
usual,
unreasonable in my
like
opinion.
usually, like
But
usually.
yeah, I understand that. But to have somebody say that, to really like, I couldn't even imagine if I went to them and said like, hey guys, land isn't working like it was supposed to. And their answer was to me, well, you should have QA'd it more. You're a Mav. Why didn't you spend more time QAing it?
Okay,
And I'd be
but
like,
now,
huh?
see, but now you're being ridiculous because yeah, I do understand that mods are probably can be considered as part of the team, but they're totally different part of the team to the one that you are blaming for everything. And yeah, sure, some mods over abuse their powers, sure, but that can be dealt with whoever is over supervising the mods. That's not really showing how crappy the team is.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not just that. It's just the combination of the things.
No, that's what I said.
The mismanagement of funds because they should have had enough money, in my opinion, to last longer. It's the misappropriation of really planning things out because you know what? If land wasn't really being ready, maybe we shouldn't have been doing promo deals with Waka Flocka and the different promos that we were trying
But
to
that's
push.
in the past. That's already
I know,
done.
and all of that stuff is in the past, but you got to look at, you have to be honest and look at everything that they've done, all the mistakes that they have made, and if they're going to be able to go forward and really hit this. Because what they are building is big and complicated. It's 50 resources, it's 50 different tokens, it's 50 different liquidity pairs, it's even now salt being added in, it's land surfing. It is a complicated ecosystem that if it works will be beautiful, but can they make it work? This is the question I'm posing at this point.
If you're pointing all the things that they did right, I think in the same conversation you should include all the things that they did. I mean, you're pointing about things that they did wrong. I think in the same conversation you should point out the things that they did right, because you know the whole overhaul of the economy, the whole way to try to fix something. Yes, that was their mistake, but the ingenious way in which they started doing it, the way they've been cracking on solution of bots, not by just banning them, which is unreliable, but by making it so it's not profitable or it's not as profitable and forcing them this way. These were all things that were done right. The implementation of the staked SPS, like aside from the mistakes that they did, they also did a lot of right things. And I think it's only fair if you're blaming them for the stuff that they did wrong to also give them some praise for the stuff that they did right. Because from what you're saying, the way it sounds like they're super crappy company, like the video I told you about, they're the worst Web3 game, whatever, and they did nothing right and everything was just shit. And then you're so afraid now to put your money because they haven't done anything right up to this moment.
Hey, just to Plato Zero, don't worry. The reason why I love doing this show with him is because he does fight back against me when I'm like this. And the reason we started doing this is because on Splinterlands TV, we had back-to-back streams where we'd pretty much argue with each other in the different streams.
Yeah, we're not fighting.
And this is better.
Yeah, we're still friends. Don't worry, guys. Yeah. I mean...
but yeah, like I understand what you're saying. I would say normally I'm generally give the team a pass, and I do. You normally cover the great things that they do, but today I just felt like the community needs to know that it's not all rosy when you keep having to delay because the product that you make doesn't work right. That's the frustration. That's the thing that is making me upset. It's because you can't deliver something that works.
But
it's
you
not
acknowledge
because you delayed.
But you acknowledge the way that you started your sentence today. And that has a lot to do with how you're feeling based on the bad news that you heard. But,
yeah.
But that's called somebody talking when they're affected. Like when they're, whatever, something happened that affects them.
I would also say it's just changing my mindset and my actions based on new information. Because the new information was that they had a build out that had a critical vulnerability that they missed. They put it out there, and that to me means that once again, that they gave us a version of land that they thought was that they presented like it was ready to go live, and it wasn't. And you can
Because we
only do
thought
that
that
so
it
many
was.
times as a project before I'm gonna start to doubt that you know what you're doing.
Yeah, they can only do it so many times before they actually do it right and let it out as well.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's just I'm not going to be so generous to them. I'm going to say I was generous to you the first time I did it because the first time you at least had this idea. The devs said, "Look, we said some stuff. There was a little bit of telephone. By the time it got to Aggie and Weirdbeard, they thought it was literally ready. It wasn't ready, and still, so that was still egg on your face as a company." But I was able to let that one pass, and I didn't get super mad. But now, we're supposed to have the new leadership. We're supposed to have the new, we're supposed to have the right people here to do all of this. And we had literally almost the same thing happen, with the caveat, at least this time, Matt did cover cover himself a
Well,
little bit and said, yeah, this could change, and it did.
it seems like this caveat means nothing because you're still like, yeah, there was this caveat that they said, but I still am mad at them because that they didn't. But it's just like, I mean, I don't think that will missing something will completely change your opinion about the game or whatever. And about the part where you won't be as generous this time, come on, man, be real. Like when you're comparing how much assets you have put and how much you own, are you like, have you lost
Well, yes.
money?
Okay. Yeah. Yes. I got in early, so I'm way up. So I'm not allowed to complain. Is that what you're saying?
Well, what I'm saying is like when you're saying you won't be as generous, you actually always, whenever you're making an investment, you're making it to make more at the end. You're not showing generosity to the company. You're showing generosity to yourself. You believe in something, you want to take advantage in a way that you want to prosper from it, and you invest in it. So you're being generous to yourself, not to them. And if you don't want to be generous to yourself this time, that's okay. I mean, it's
No, but
understandable. It's
look, they
decisions.
sold us land a long time ago.
I
At
know.
this
I
point,
was on the pre-sale.
yeah, at this point, we've been waiting a long, long time. So these people that are acting like, oh, it's only 2 more weeks.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's not a big
Can I
deal. That to me is just giving them too much of a free pass. It's not
can I
almost
say
only
something
2
about
more
that?
weeks.
Can I say something about that I don't know why it's not talked enough or that you are omitting, even though I'm sure you are very well aware of it. Once they announced land, however many years ago, there was at the end, it was written that, guys, we do hope to be able to do something, but you should realize that this may never come to fruition. There was a big disclaimer that although they do have plans to do their best to take it out, there is a chance that this project never sees the light of the day. So everybody who was buying into land, and that's why they were buying so cheap, and now it's not, I mean, okay, now it's close in price, but anyways, it wasn't at some point. But everybody who was buying that cheap, everybody was knowing that they're buying something that may turn into something great one day, but may never see the light of day. So that's important thing that people will present it with before they make their investment in land. So I think that matters.
You know what? At the time that we were buying the tokens, they said that, but that's because they didn't have the vision for this.
It doesn't matter for what reason.
No, it does matter. It does matter now. No, let me talk for a second. It does matter now because we are not in the same place anymore. We have the SPS white paper. We have the plan for the distribution into land. We have the land white paper. These are real products now that they said that they're going to deliver to us. It doesn't mean that they can't, that they can. And that's literally been my point the whole stream, is that they've shaken my mind as to whether or not they can build this stuff. And sure, because they had a disclaimer like years ago saying, well, we don't know if we're going to be able to build this, doesn't mean that I'm going to
No,
give them a free pass, that after you put out a white paper saying you're going to, that I'm just going to be like, oh, well, guys, back when I bought these tokens in the pre-sale, you did say this might not
of
happen.
course, because that was the time when the company was selling you those tokens. That's the time where they get their money from the land that they were selling. So that's the time where people who were buying were trusting and buying it because they thought it might become something great one day. But also they, or at least I mean, I'm sure most of the people, but I was aware that it was very clear said that might as well never happen.
Yeah, I do that too. But again, that to me is not a true statement anymore. And you know, People's Guild is signing with me in the chat. They once they put out the white paper for it, once they added it into their official plans, once we saw how it was going to work, it's not a this might not become anything. That statement is gone. They have now said this is what we are going to put out. This is how it's going to work. They just haven't been able to build it and put it out.
But you used to, like you mentioned, you made a point that they sold us land before how many ever years ago, and I do agree. But yeah, at that point, it was with that disclaimer, and it's
Well,
not like they're not
I
going to
didn't
put it
get mad
out.
until today. I
But
didn't get
yeah, but
mad years ago. I was
oh,
fine waiting.
you wouldn't be
I was
mad
fine waiting. And now finally today, I'm like, God damn it, I'm sick of waiting. I'm sick of you
okay,
guys not
and in
being
two
able to
weeks,
deliver it.
and in 2 weeks you won't be mad anymore. So that's okay. I
You
mean,
don't know that. You're
oh, I
guessing.
do. I mean,
You're
the way I say
you're
the same
guessing.
way I didn't know that you buy Rebellion packs.
Hey, I didn't buy as many as you thought, and now I'm not buying anymore. I literally was going to move myself up to
Oh
800, but I
wait,
said, you know what? Forget it.
but there is more. The pre-sale has not ended yet, so we shall see.
No, no,
You
there's
do
no way.
understand that you
There's
do understand.
no way after this delay that I'm buying another product that is not in the game yet. I
Okay.
might I might go buy some cards because there's some killer deals out there for cards right now, and I do need more cards for my 200 land, but at least those are in the game and I can dump them. And well, I guess Rebellion packs can be sold at least. You can dump them on Hive Engine.
And
So
your
it's a
DCs
little
in the
bit, it's
game,
half in the game.
and your DCs in the game, so it's not like you're putting any
Hey,
outside capital.
I told you I was thinking about moving my DEC into HBD, and I was
You're
seriously
thinking,
thinking
yeah,
about that.
you're thinking about stuff, and then people. That's what we people do. We think, and then we think deeper, and then we change our mind, and then maybe we think deeper and we change
Yeah,
it even
the
more.
only reason why I'm not like 100% doing that is because at least DEC is product back stable, so it's always worth $1 inside of the game. But there's
Yeah, it's
a
just so
lot
funny
of
when you're
doubt.
telling me. It's so funny when you're telling me that you're considering putting your DC into a stable. DC is a stable.
Yes, but DEC is product back stable. HBD is algorithmic stable.
Oh,
And the only
okay.
reason I would pick HBD is because it would be easy to move it into that. Normally, I'd want to get it off into USDC, but that would take more fees, more movement, and it would come back into the game slower. So hedging my bet, I would just go to Tribal Dex and trade it for HBD. But that is
I bet you won't do
even
that.
that might have some slippage though, but nonetheless, you know, it's not set in stone anything that I'm going to do. But the one thing that is definitely set in stone, and I was talking to Tails about this the other day, and I was getting his opinion. Hey, do I sell the $5,000 Gala NFT and bring it into Splinterlands because I'm not doing anything with that Gala NFT? I'm not playing that game anymore, but there's still a bid out there where someone's bidding $5,000 for it. Or do I stay a little bit more diversified, or do I dump $5,000 more into the game? And now I'm like, oh crap, I can't do it. I don't even know if land's going to be out.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry that you're having those doubts and that your confidence is shaken. And just so Dell doesn't think that I'm ignoring. I mean, yeah, I wasn't following the chat until now, but I see that there is some reality check for me. So maybe I should address the reality check since the reality check anyways. Uh,
Which one is that? There's been quite a lot of chat.
oh, the reality check. It's the last two comments, and I'm on live.
The last
So
two
I don't know.
comments. Oh.
I'm on live chat this time, so I don't know if you're following up. But
Oh gosh, I forgot. Let
he
me see if
says
that
he has
changes
some reality
anything.
check for me that Land 1.5 will not even launch with the grain market. Okay. Yet the vision is for 50 LPs. Yes, that's the vision. Actually 50 plus because he said at least 50. So yeah, anyways, items and spells are nowhere near a reality for land. Well, you don't know that. I mean, depends what near is. And this is why people are questioning the team's ability to deliver before the project goes kaput. Well, I mean, Theos, and I'm honest. Yeah, everybody has their own opinion. Of course, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying that that's how everybody should think. I appreciate people have different ideas. Some believe more than me, maybe. Some believe way less than me. Some don't believe at all. But yeah, all those things, grain is coming as soon as possible after 1.5 is out. That's what they said. They said they're not going to wait until they make a release for 1.6. They will be adding stuff little by little the moment they're ready. So it will be ready whenever it is. Yes, the vision is for 50 LPs, and that's for LAN 2.0. And I still believe that LAN 2.0 will become not that long after 1.5, because for me, 1.5 is the base, and then everything after that is just like when you are just putting new resources in the game, you're just multiplying whatever you had already as one resource. So I don't think in general it will take that much longer for LAN 2.0. And yeah, when it comes, it will come with the LPs. So it won't be in a day, it won't be in a week, but we bought some runway more for the project with the pre-sale, which according to Matt was like he covered his expectations even more. So we did add some runway, and he's also going to do whatever he's planning to do with the investors and whatnot. Like he's taking care of that part. So yeah, as hopefully soon we'll know that we have like a way longer runway, that we wouldn't worry about the project goes kaput. But yeah, those things, yeah, they'll be deadlines they hit, there'll be deadlines they miss, there'll be ideas they have and they will be scratched down the line because they probably won't find them viable. There'll be changes. Changes will happen all the time. And again, all throughout those changes, there still be people that believe and people that are less likely to believe. And obviously, the people who believe will be just seeing it from a point, okay, I understand, shit happens. They miss this deadline. Hopefully they'll hit the next line. I see they're working on it. It's not like they're hiding. It's not like they're drinking their cocktails in some beach on Seychelles or whatever. I see they're working. Yeah, okay, they missed this date. They probably hit the other one. Then there'll be others will be like, oh yeah, they hit this date, but you remember they were supposed to hit it 2 weeks earlier. So I mean, who cares if they hit it now? They missed it before. So there are different people. People see things in different way, and we are not. Nobody is the same. I'm just saying that my belief is not shaken because they've missed a date, especially if that missing that date, for the time being at least, is released not even in the same year, not in the same quarter, but in the same month. So I'm like, okay, do I really need to bring myself to be mad about something that is 2 weeks delay, and it's 2 weeks just because of a bad coincidence that it just happened around Turkey Day. So
No. It's not just because of that. It's because they
yeah,
found a critical problem again.
because of that is 2 weeks. They could have still found the critical problem, but
Turkey Day is
would
why
have
it's a
been
2
1
week
week.
instead of a 1 week delay. I'll
Yeah,
give
it
you
would have
that a
been
little bit. I'll give that to you a little bit. So to answer you, Virus, if land comes out, my plan will still be the same. I always was gonna do. I'm still gonna focus on research. I'm not gonna ever like not focus on research because it is going to be important, assuming it actually comes out. I'm just hoping that it does. But my plan was, like, my adjusted plan was always to clear my occupied, because I have some rare occupied, and max those out, get them working, and then go into starting to work my magicals and get those working and doing research, but at the same time always getting enough grain going to hopefully be as self-sufficient. I will go ahead and answer Hester's question, since Bebe kind of ran away while I was answering some questions to chat. So Hester, I don't think land really is something that we need to market to new players. In general, I still stand by the statement that if you don't have about 20 lands, you're not going to really like land. It's not going to have great returns for you. It's going to be hard for you to really do anything, of substance. And I imagine a lot of the people with less than 20, or, maybe my number's a little high and you can get away with 10 or 5. But if you have like 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, you're going to have to be really dedicated to like one little piece of this, and it might not be that fun and rewarding as you were hoping. So I really think that land is for the whales of the game, and it's for the people that understand that minting those cards are going to be something that you sell to the average new players. New players, the way that land attracts new players is if land works. And this is why I'm so upset. If land works, everything in our ecosystem goes up in value. Everything. Because if land is working and we are burning SPS like we've been burning, see SPS price go up. If we are minting tons of DEC like we've been doing, see DEC flying up, then we are doing our flywheel. This token goes up, and then the way you are attracting new players is by how much you are earning for playing the game. Because if SPS is a nickel or a dime or a quarter, then even people playing in bronze are going to be earning multiple dollars a day, and people playing in the upper leagues are going to be making multiple dollars per match. And that is how new players get sucked into this system right now.
How that everything that you just said, how did it change?
By land working.
Yeah, how did it change when land comes 2 weeks later?
Oh, it changed because now I'm scared and I don't want to bring $5,000 into the ecosystem because...
Okay, you might be scared. Some people might not be scared, but I mean, the base of what you said very well, it's still there. I mean, whether you feel like you should be cautious about it.
You keep on focusing on this 2-week thing. I'm going to keep pushing back on it that's been giving them too much leeway, because it's not 2 weeks. It's over a year of them saying
2 weeks
we're
from what they last said.
It's literally it's pushed back to 2 weeks, assuming that no more errors are found, and so there's no guarantee that we're even getting it in 2 weeks because of the kind of push that we had. It wasn't hey guys, we decided we want to do this in 2 weeks. It was a hey guys, there was a serious thing that didn't work. We think we fixed it, but we're pushing it 2 weeks while we look into it. So that is completely different.
No, it's not.
And because
it's still 2 weeks after they said they will get it out.
This is the second time that they're killing their own momentum. Every time things are going great, the team messes up and kills their momentum, and that is on
like
them.
They want to mess, but no, it's just like you're saying. If it did came out tomorrow, would you still be talking about how many more dates before that they miss?
No, because Matt would have hit his first date, and we all gave Matt a chance to hit his first date. And again, I told you I wouldn't even be mad at them if this delay was just because of the holiday, or if this delay was just because of vacations that were in place. The upset thing with them is that they've released it, and like Tails has said, when they've released this ecosystem, basic math calculations don't work right. Claims don't work right. Monster staking and unstaking didn't work right. There was a ton of stuff that they had to fix in the very beginning. Then when they finally get all of that fixed and they say they think they have a solution that is out, there's some bugs that are still found that aren't that critical, so they're thinking about going forward and they'll just fix those when it gets to it. And then there's a critical thing found that we haven't been fully briefed on, but was critical enough for them to say we can't release this.
Sometimes
it's so critical that even after it was fixed, they decided it had to be pushed because they couldn't get it. It was so dangerous, whatever they found, that even after fixed, it meant that in my mind they're going, crap, that was almost a huge mistake. We got to go look at everything or something.
Better
so now
safe
it's
than
pushed.
sorry.
Yes, better safe than sorry, fine. But that is where it becomes like oh shit, these guys don't know what they're doing. Oh shit, they have to, they have these huge mistakes in their ecosystem. They can't get this out and they can't get it working. And that's where that feeling comes from. And when that stuff kinds to happen, look, when you're in a product-backed ecosystem, the product needs to work. It needs to be there. You need to be able to do the stuff with DEC that DEC is meant to do. Otherwise, we end up with way too much DEC on the market for it to hold peg, and this number's going to fall apart. If people like right now, if like a couple whales said, you know what, I'm done, and they started dumping millions of DEC, multiple millions of DEC, because they're just like, they can't build it. I don't trust them. I'm getting rid of my DEC. I'm listing all my land. It would destroy.
I don't know who are those
peg.
whales, but I think the majority of whales are totally fine with waiting. That's the idea I got during the town square today. And also, sometimes, you get sick, you go to a doctor, you get a surgery, they tell you, man, good job. You paid so much money. We fixed you. You're good. And 3 days later, you die. I mean, sure. People start like, oh, he died after he was supposedly had a nice surgery that was supposed to heal him, and then he died. Then I stopped trusting doctors anymore, and I'll never go to a doctor because, same thing might happen to me.
Yeah, and then virus, I think that the people who aren't ready, like you, virus, a lot of people who are not fully ready, wanted more time to get DEC, they're giving them more of a pass because it's beneficial to themselves. And I don't fully like that. I don't fully like that, but I understand it. But also, I think it's kind of short-sighted to not at least look at it critically and go like, am I still confident that they can build this? Because basically, what you guys are saying is you like the bonus time to buy more stuff for something that you haven't proved
not what
that
I'm
they can
saying.
make.
And again,
not you, but him, other people.
Okay, but I'm telling you that in 2 weeks I'll be just as prepared as I am. Nothing will change for me. I was saying that. That's why it doesn't affect me as much, because anyways, I wouldn't go ham from day one. For me, it's just like middle phase before we get the actual land. And I want to get as many research points as possible. That will be my focus. But I won't stress over it that I'm not ready and whatever. But I don't care. But also the crowd wants virus.
Well, Stock Jockey wants Virus on the show. Virus, if you want to come on, you could let me know. We thought today might be a shorter show because there wasn't a lot to talk about. But Stock Jockey, he has to agree to come on, so you have to ping us on Discord or say in the chat that you'd like to come on. And I should see it.
I have him in Discord. If he texts me, then I'll send him the link.
Bro and Sis wants to know how long before Steve forgets his anger and starts buying again.
I saw it, but I wanted you to read it.
And Tails and Virus had a little back and forth about how Tails knows that the people that weren't ready are being a little more forgiving, and how he can see it can be more upset for people that were ready. As a note, guys, I'm not ready for my full land deployment. I'm short like 2 million DEC from what I had originally planned. That's where my plan was to sell that NFT, but now I'm like, I don't know if I should do it or not, because I'm scared about the fact that, like, well, maybe I shouldn't put all my eggs into the Splinterlands basket, and I should hold on to that Gala NFT.
You totally should.
I know you think I should.
You totally should.
You know, what would it take for me to get more bullish? Well, it would just take land to come out and just work properly.
Also,
and you know what?
So you're admitting that
I don't know when that's going to happen. He says 2 weeks, but he doesn't know that. I don't trust it anymore.
But you admit that will change your mind completely, right?
You know what? I'm not.
You
gonna
just
go
admitted
super,
that. Don't
yes,
go back on it. You
yes,
just
but
admitted it.
with I'm gonna put it with a caveat now.
Oh,
I won't be as
about
bullish as
caveats?
I would if it went tomorrow. If it went tomorrow, I would have sold that NFT. I would have bought 3 million DEC because I have to pay my taxes when I sell something. So 40% of any big gain I have to give to my bank, or my wife will just destroy me. So I would have got the 5K, 3K into DEC, 2K into the bank, and then that into the game. I'm not doing that in 2 weeks if Lion goes live. It won't happen. It won't.
The question was when you're
Because
going to be bullish again.
now it's going to have to have been out and been working for a little while. Because
Okay.
now I'm afraid that they don't know what they're doing, and they're going to be another bug, and they're going to have to take it back down, and there's going to be another error, and so and because if they don't make me feel super comfortable that it's out and working properly and it's rolling, I'm not going to pay full price for my DEC because I know it's going to crash.
We will wait until you're unafraid. Not a big deal.
But that's kind of where my mind is at, bro and sis. They have to prove to me that it's out. They have to prove to me that it's working, and now they have to prove to me that it's secure before I would go ham and spend a lot of money. One of the nice thing with land, for me at least, I have a majority of the cards I need. I don't have a majority of the DEC I need, and DEC cannot get that much more expensive. It doesn't get much more expensive than 95 cents.
I send the link to Virus if he feels like he can join. If he doesn't feel like,
let me know if he's going to join, because again, I'll want to move us off screen just for a moment so he can adjust his name and everything. I don't want to. I want to have everybody have that chance to go by Virus.
I think he did join.
Oh, well, did
I see 3 participants.
Yeah, okay, so we're off screen. Hold on a second.
Are you sure? Because sometimes,
Yes, I moved it off screen. And do you remember how to change your name if you want to, sir?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, just give me 1
I was
second.
going to, but okay. I'll let him do it this time so he learns.
Yeah. You did it for him last time. We'll give him a moment to see if he can figure it out, guys. And if not, Bebeomega is a co-host, so he could do it again.
There's like a
Oh, wow.
I got it. I found it.
Okay.
There we go.
You changed it. All right. So now Virus is here to try to walk me off the ledge. Go ahead, sir.
No, I mean, there's just 2 different groups that can see, you can see this any way that you want. You can see it that this project is a extremely difficult project that's already in an active ecosystem. So you're basically creating a new game inside an existing ecosystem. So you can't have a failure at this point. And all little things that, could happen, you have to fully test this, fully vet this at this point. If this is in the alpha phase, when it's kind of like just the beginning of a game coming out, they can kind of put in fixes. It's a smaller crowd to deal with, but there's so many little things that can go wrong. So, I mean, there's nothing, I don't know, you can see it as being a bad thing that they keep on delaying this, but at the same time, I don't know that they have the QA there that can test all little things, like you were saying. I don't know, like you're saying, if the team's not there to be able to test all the little things in the amount of time that they're trying to give it, it could be a bad thing too. But really, what it should have been is, if their feet weren't to the fire since June, they should have said that once it's 100% done and 100% vetted, it'll be 2 weeks from that date is when LAN will be out. If they weren't like feet to the fire since June, they could have done that. They could have said, once it's done and there's no more fixes, we're going to move on to the next thing. But 2 weeks after that is when it's going to come out, because right now they have to give a date because they have to tell, Peak Monsters to be ready for their UI stuff that they're going to be doing. They have to tell people that, I might have been planning to take half day tomorrow off work to.
Oh, I'm working from home tomorrow. I worked that out, and so now I just working from home, and I'll actually be working from home. But
yep.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like they have to understand that for the major landowners, this is such a momentous thing, and it's not because it's amazing. It's because the guys who are major holders and major investors in this, and the reason why I was going to bring thousands of dollars more into this ecosystem is because if this works, Matt's flywheel works. If this doesn't work, it doesn't. And you could see everything starting to bubble up. You could see SPS starting to go up. You could see millions of SPS starting to get burned. And this was without it even being functional. This was just people finally going, oh, I have to get ready. You still had whales, even today, Azurcon saying, I don't have anything that I need. I was just going to buy it all, because there are some whales who have that kind of money and they're just like, whatever, when it's actually here, I'll spend 20 grand. And you're like, ugh, now that guy's not spending his money. And, you know, when they continue to do these things, the only thing that it's starting to make me realize a little bit, and maybe I should have been more aware of this going into this, they are a small team. Things are going to take them a long time, and they need to, and this was my major comment I made, honestly, in Mav chat that, you know, everyone agreed with, they need to just stop giving dates. You can't give any dates. You need to say it how you said it. It will tell you when it's ready, and hopefully we can hold on long enough. It looks a little bit bad to me that they had to do the Rebellion pre-sale, but you know what? The community was willing to support them in that. I was even willing to support them in that, and bought like 600 packs after I said I really wasn't going to buy anymore. But the DAO split they did, and basically me understanding how much they needed it, I went, fine, I'll do it, and I'll bring some money from the outside in to cover those packs in my land, you know, to replace my DEC for land. And you know, they're starting to make me just question whether or not I should give them that much leeway, that I should be willing to sell other things and bring them into this ecosystem, because they haven't been able to put it out and make it work. And how many times, like you're an IT person too, how many times can somebody deliver you broken code and something that didn't work before you'd honestly just be like, you know what, this developer's just not working out for me. Everything that he brings to me just doesn't work. It doesn't do basic calculations right.
So you suggest that we
do
change
this
it,
over in here. I'm not saying we need a different developer. I'm just pointing out, in the regular world, this kind of stuff wouldn't fly. You couldn't keep bringing me broken code and me just go like, get back to me when it's gonna work.
What's the solution? Fire patrolling did somebody better?
I don't envy them, or them in their position in the least bit, because at least like with what I do, I can tell my customers, okay, well, just here's the workflow you're supposed to be doing. Just do this. Don't do that. Or I can then go and if there's a bug that happens, I can go in the back and I can make a fix. They can't do that. Once it goes live, it's just...
You know what? I know what you're saying. Right? I know what you're saying, but... I want to give them that benefit of the doubt, but the stuff in 1.5 is not stuff that's not done in crypto. Staking an NFT to earn a token is not something that has never been done before. It's out there in the world. General land resource stuff are just, because this is basically staking resources to earn tokens, to earn other tokens. It's really basically locking things into staking contracts and earning a reward. I mean, those aren't contracts that don't exist. Now, getting those contracts to work within the Hive ecosystem, changing them to work within the Splinterlands server, I understand that stuff is complicated, but to me, even though a lot of people are trying to say this is all like brand new and never been done before, I don't fully give them that cover, because I've staked NFTs to earn tokens. I've gone into every single DeFi farm I've ever gone to. I've staked LP tokens to earn tokens, where I had to go combine tokens to get an LP token. How we do that in our game today, right? And that kind of stuff works. It's not that different, because instead of earning a token, I'm earning a land resource.
It is very different, because it's way more complicated than you have 6 workers, which are optional, because any of them might be missing or whatever. You have that. You have the amount of DC you have in your account, which determines how much percentage of that will go to you. You have all those taxes for keeps and castles, and then you have all these things like when people are trying to change active worker in one way or another, or to change a title or whatever. Like, you have a lot of moving pieces. it's way more complicated than just staking and earning token, which I think the team proved they can do. They can make a token that you stake and you earn work because, as you said, we have it. But this is totally, completely different as it has way more moving parts.
And one thing I'll say too is that, when we're talking about it, it seems like it's such a small team because there's, probably a small team that's working on land and a small team that's QAing it. But at the same time, they're delivering Rebellion at the same time and running tournaments for that. And, you might think that they're divided because of that. And so maybe that things aren't getting tested in the same way for land, but we've got something unexpected with Rebellion, and we should get a fully fleshed out product as long as that keeps its timeline.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing. They haven't delivered anything recently on time that has worked. Anything. Yeah. GLS is not working. And a real game out. I mean, I guess the game kind of works, but in overall, it is not out, and it got delayed. So Soulkeep, we don't even talk about anymore,
you
right?
Just said
we're just not allowed to talk about it. Though, I guess one little update from the thing today, maybe if you have one pack in your account, you'll be able to play the beta. You won't be able to earn anything.
Yeah,
we won't be able to open our packs yet. We won't.
You just said that Matt now came, and then you give me some vote of confidence, and then you were like, oh, this guy missed his first date. That's it. And you said they keep on missing, but we're supposed to look at it fresh, right?
Look, Matt was still on the team back then. He still inherits those problems. He got a fresh chance and he blew it. And you get one. Once you guys have been messing up a long time, you get one shot with me. He decided to say a date. He missed it, and now I'm mad.
Okay.
Now, you can fix my mad. I didn't freak out. My land isn't listed. My TEC isn't converted. My Roonies aren't on the market. I didn't go fire sell everything.
Because I'm happy for
you.
I'm happy that you didn't do that. I mean, for you.
Because it wasn't that level of upsetness, but it's not just like, I'm not just going to be like, yes, everything is fine.
Yeah, you
go ahead, guys. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. In fact, you know what? Just push it to. Let's do it next year. Just push it to next year.
See, a Christmas present would be nice. This way you have one additional.
No. I mean, I don't know. For me, it's just that I just need them to be able to make it work, and they haven't been able to make it work, and it scares me because, Matt kind of let it slip that he pushed it back down to only one dev working on land, and it's because he needed people to work on Rebellion. Rebellion is adding a critical new change into the game in the tactics ecosystem with a step before the battles. And so now you're telling me that, you guys have put out a very buggy non-working product, multiple pushes that didn't fix everything. They've released multiple different times. They've pushed out fixes and tried to get this stuff working. It's still not working. Even today, it's not. They're not going to sign off and say 100% that things are going to work and everything within our land ecosystem is going to be fine. But at the same time, I'm supposed to believe in them that they can launch Rebellion with a whole new battle mechanic without any problems. That's what you're telling me I have to do.
No,
right?
You don't have. Nobody's telling you have to do anything. That's
you're telling me
choice.
I have to do it, baby. You're saying.
Well, I just gave you. I just gave you friendly advice because I guess I'm seeing a bigger picture than you are. So I mean, that was not a financial advice. That was friends' advice. So
you don't have to. You can wait, and then once we're playing with these cards, and you're seeing the dual color summoners, and you're seeing the summoner abilities and things like that, then that's when you're going to fumble. We're just trying to help you out, and
exactly.
To have the packs and get some extra promo cards.
I bought enough packs to where I should only have to buy a bit more promo cards, and I was going to buy more. I literally was going to buy more. I had made the decision to do it, and then I watched that town square today, and you know what made me even extra mad? Because I can't because I'm at work, but nobody calls them out. They get these people come on stage. Oh, it's fine, guys. Everything is cool. You missed another date.
And some of
I
those
don't
people
care.
whales.
Just make sure it works right. And I know. And you know what? It's easier for a super whale to say that. Because to them, $20,000-$30,000 is not very much money. To
I
me,
thought you were concerned.
it
I thought you
still
were concerned
is.
about the whales leaving. Obviously, whales are staying. They're okay with that.
Well, I am concerned about some of the whales leaving.
Which
I'm
one?
just saying
Call
the
them
ones
out.
that
Call
showed
them
up.
out.
Well, Biz hasn't bought any new cards. He's not happy. He's a huge person in our ecosystem.
That's
I'm
not
afraid
new, though.
he's on his way out. VC
But that's not-
Dragon
that's not-
does have a
but-
decent collection size. He's pretty
Oh,
much said the only
he's
reason
not-
he's not selling everything right this
he's
second
not-
is because he has assets. A
He's not
decent
going
amount.
anywhere.
He's not a no one.
He's not. No, he's not going anywhere. I'm saying.
No, you weren't listening to him today. He literally said, with what happened today, as soon as the market recovers, he's selling everything in this game and leaving.
Okay,
Because
we will
he's
see.
of the,
I
he's
have
of the
heard-
opinion that he's going to get at least one more bull run. But that's
I
what he
have
was
heard-
saying today multiple times.
Yeah, I have heard VC Dragon says a lot of things a lot of times when he is angry. Yeah,
I think B. Jangles is offering to jump on for a few minutes if before he runs into the office. If you guys want to start another invite,
you want to jump in?
I think so. He's wanting to help me out here with.
Sure. I mean,
Okay.
obviously he was trying to
Iris,
say.
you got to be
several
more
times-
assertive, man. You haven't been on enough
He-
testing conference
He
calls,
tried.
huh?
He tried to tell me.
I'm just spectating the
I'm
tennis match.
trying
I think
to
was what he
find
said.
him. Django's, where the hell you are?
I have him, but
Oh,
I got to get
found
the
him.
invite link again.
Okay. Yeah. He was trying to tell me several times it's not 2 weeks. No. Yeah. I guess he wants to come on just to tell me that it's not 2 weeks. But it's still 2 weeks, Django's.
Okay, hold on. Let me move the window.
Love you,
off.
bro. But it's still 2 weeks.
No, it.
It
2
is
weeks
from
is
the
the
last
new
day.
target. It's the new target.
Yeah.
But
From the day that they were supposed to keep, it's 2 weeks. If they did release it tomorrow, nobody would say anything. They're not. So the next target is 2 weeks away. So that's 2 weeks. No matter how you look at it.
I'm impressed
Tomorrow
so far,
week.
though. The one good thing is these are not dumping yet. So that's the one good thing I will give the community some credit. I thought these would dump harder today. I really did.
Have you seen what's happened to gold foil legendaries too?
No, I haven't been in the game at all today since I got home. Did they get cheaper or go up in value?
They went up. So I was looking at what was it? There was some for like
Did somebody
37.
buy any of my cards? No, nobody bought any of them, so they didn't go up that much.
I bought my gold foil epics that I
He
put
doesn't
down there.
want. See? He doesn't want to come and tell me that
Oh,
it's fixed
okay.
on me.
Oh, he changed his mind. He doesn't want to come in.
Yeah, I think he said
Yeah,
he has to
he got
come to the
scared.
office.
He got scared because he sees that
Oh.
he's very passionate, and then he's like, "Okay, next time when Debbie's a little bit more calm."
Oh,
So the release tomorrow still has the new card for Rift Watchers, right?
Yeah, I know, and I still have to claim that. I've been trying to sell my Rift Watchers that I don't really own because they're part of my group buy. But, gosh, I always... Okay.
You're crap at this, Steve.
No, the new thing is annoying because it doesn't
I
reset
mean,
when you come back
it's not
into
new
it.
anymore. It's like
And this one doesn't even reset when you hit reset. You got to come over and move this one. They should add that into the reset. Because like there'll be times where I reset and nothing shows up. I go, why
No.
the hell is nothing showing?
what was it? Suggestions.splinterland.com. What was it? What was the
yeah,
website?
they don't talk about that anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, there was once upon a
Yeah,
time.
see, I got one of these listed. So these didn't move. Only 3 on the market. Wow, maybe I
Oh,
should.
see?
Hawks. If you're in the crowd, let's up the price on this card. We're the only ones selling it. Maybe we don't have to list it for that cheap. And then I have what was the new one? Immolation, right? Yeah, I have one of those up for 115.
Only 5.
So only 5 on the market. Again, Hawks. We could at least push this one up to 122. I'm gonna have to message him later. Be like, hey, we're the only ones selling some gold files. Can we go up a few dollars? in
Yeah,
price?"
corner the market.
Yeah, it's crazy how I mean the gold foil legendaries have just the liquidity that's out there now is there's just none.
Yeah, well, you know, the
They're-
liquidity was already kind of thin on some of these things anyways. So It doesn't. I'm not going to say I'm surprised. And cards were cheap, and DEC was up. So if you were sitting on a lot of DEC for a long time, you were getting 20% more bang for your buck on your DEC, and card prices had come down.
Yeah.
Let's take the regulars off. Let me look at legendaries. I guess we should add all of them in, right? Wow, he's $53 only. What's it sorting by? Fire? Or just by by color. Oh.
So maybe they were just
Price.
about the conspiracy, maybe they were just concerned that Rebellion wasn't going to sell out, so they thought that if they delay land, people will spend all the DEC they had saved for land and just put that all into Rebellion and finish that sellout.
You know what though? Is that you think that's going to work? Because I was going to buy more Rebellion, and now I don't want to. Because now I'm mad at them, and I'm like, can you? Because I needed land to up the value of everything. I needed it to let me sell those gold foil cards. I needed it to make my other cards I was thinking about selling to buy more of these packs more valuable. But no, they ruined that for me because I don't think we're going to get the card run. Maybe on the gold foils we did, but probably not on the regular legendaries yet, because right now there aren't some of the people going, oh, I guess I do need to go buy some more cards to get into land.
Are you done with the conspiracies?
Yeah, the tinfoil hat, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I needed 100.
I keep it here just in case,
I will probably buy 5 packs because I might as well get, the one more rare and not be at an uneven 605. But I was going to come in and push this up to like 800 to get 2 more legendaries and a decent more of the rares.
It might work on me because I have the DEC right now where I could try to get the Rebel title for mine because I did a group buy with Mondroid. So I'm not actually...
Oh, so you might do a buy to get the title.
Yeah.
What's that at right now?
So would Stevie, but it's okay. I mean, he can talk.
No, well, would 800 get me the next one? Let's see. Because that's what I was thinking about doing.
1,100 so far gets me.
No, I would have to get up to about 900, right? To not get get out of Rebel.
The magic number is 1,100.
Why? That puts me here
because
with little?
Because it puts you
because that gets me the max legendary. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I honestly think 800 to 900 gets you a chance because all you got to do is probably pull 1 gold. And you can probably swap it for what you need to get a legendary. But I suppose if you don't even get 1 gold, then you have to go buy them.
Well,
but
I think
3 legendary cards are probably cheaper than 300 packs. Probably.
Well, why are you comparing it this way? You still get the rest of the cards in the packs.
Well, yes, but I mean, I can't just buy them for legendaries. That's the point of the people who have single.
No,
look.
That's
all I know is people who
advantage.
Single bought Chaos Legion crushed me in price of cards.
First of all, you're comparing apples
me.
and oranges, and then you get them extra those legendaries.
You don't know that I'm creating apples and oranges. We don't know that Rebellion's going to hold its value. We theorize it will, but you don't know that.
Of course we know.
No, we don't.
Because it's set up in a completely different way. Of course we know that.
No, there are still people buying more than they need. There are still people buying more than they need, chasing airdrops. There are still people who are going to have cards to sell.
Not just on pre-sale. But what I'm saying is, we know what brought the price of the Rebellion cards down, and that's no longer the case. So yeah, we know it. Like, it will be insane to think that changing completely will bring the same results. I think.
Yeah,
I mean, at least till the end, because with the airdrops too, that is one thing I'll say is that we don't know what's going to happen after the airdrops are done. When you don't have to have all these cards staked, if there is a glut of cards at that point, if cards do sell more than they should because the prices for the cards are high.
Oh, you do understand that a big chunk of the whole set will be burned, right?
No. What he's saying is people will hold on to their extra cards and stake them onto like the
Until the
chariots
last.
for a while.
Yeah.
But when all the airdrops are done, they don't need those extra cards anymore. They might flood them into the market. The
Yeah,
one
but
thing is this set is designed to protect its value more than other sets, but it still does have a lot of packs for sale. And if we do
what I'm
still
saying by
like
the
if we end up selling 5 or 6 million packs, do we have the player base to protect that many packs of price
to be
discoveries?
honest,
I don't know
if
that
we
we do.
sell, to be honest, if you sell 5 6 million packs, I'll be very happy that I know that the game is safe for a long time. So even if the thing is, even with the current player base, there will be a lot of people that won't go into Rebellion for one reason or another. And while people that are having extra packs, once the airdrops are done, they might dump it on the market. In the same time, by the time the airdrops are done, most of the Rebellion set would have been burnt already.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still not thinking that we'd get to like a five. Like, I don't think we'd get to the 5 million unless we had a large player growth that
And yet,
is
to be
for
honest,
that number of packs.
if we make 5 6 million, I would be happy with my cards losing value. I'm honest.
The,
If,
the
if
way
that
that
gives,
in theory we get to that kind of a sales number in my mind is if the legendary cards that they release are on the level of the Yodins and the Llamas and the Kitties, because Matt had said he does expect them to be pretty powerful, so that'll push sales once people see what they are, as people want to get more assets into staking. And the other thing is, like, everything right now economically in the world makes it look like to me that, and this is not financial advice, but it sure does look like Bitcoin's going to go on quite a run next year. I know normally it doesn't go until after the halving, but these Bitcoin ETFs seem like they're going to happen. And on top of that, we're going into the presidential election year where somehow the government's going to find a way to just pump money into the world. And when money gets pumped into the world, hard assets go up. And at that point, if Bitcoin is also in an ETF being sold by the top asset managers in the world, there's a good chance that that's going to fly. And if that starts to be worth a whole lot, then the trickle down economics of crypto do seem to work a little bit better than other places. And when Bitcoin is going wild, other tokens start to go up, and you just need a couple different tokens to go up for people within our ecosystem to have a lot more buying power. It doesn't even have to be Hive. We're connected into BNB, we're connected into ETH, and then we have all the other little projects within the Hive ecosystem. If just one of them catches on that some of us are in, and those go on a bull run, it could get just extra things, and then you could just have people come and buy more packs because, that's what people do when they have extra money. Because this is like for me in the beginning, this was just a hobby, and when I had extra money, I bought packs. Because they were there and they were for sale. So there is that buying that will happen if people have extra money and things are bullish and working really well. Assuming that land is out and it's working and the game is out and it was working. I mean, the next year could be really incredible for our whole ecosystem, but they need to have land out and working, and they need to be further than 1.5, in my opinion. You need to be kind of at like that 1.8-ish mark. And Rebellion needs to be out and working properly.
And when that happens,
really nice.
And when that happens, wouldn't you be happy that you have bought more packs?
But I'll just buy them. The packs aren't getting any more expensive. The only thing I'm missing is the only thing I have to buy extra is the promo cards. We don't know what price they'll be, but there will be some for sale. I'm positive of that, and I'll buy them. Probably.
Yeah, why?
Probably.
Why?
Well, because I'm assuming by the December release date that land will be here and working. But if it's not, and we're heading into the December 5th release date for Rebellion and we still don't have land, then I don't know. I might just be cool with what I got for now. And if I end up being a gold player in Modern, Oh, I guess that's what I'll be because
That
I
that's
you know.
not that's not happening. I mean,
I mean,
you can kid yourself, but that's not happening.
so if the token's going up, then that would lead to player growth. Like that's when Splinterlands reached its, largest player growth numbers was when the token was going up. So I think that if there was, card sales because of that, it would be because, the token's gone up, tournaments are worth more, people are renting cards for higher prices.
There
And
won't be many cards for rent because of the way the airdrop works.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying is that like people might buy extra packs for rentals because the rental prices are up too, and so I mean, there's going to be
there's other caveats to think about here, though. Like if a lot of players start coming in and they're only playing chaos cards, they'll just be fighting with other players only playing chaos cards because they're really cheap and they'll win enough games to make money if the token is worth a lot. I mean, we've seen bots that run really crappy lineups today just because they win enough.
We're not talking about the competitive players. We're not talking about the competitive players who were focusing on 1 week ago anymore.
No, I would love us to be able to get competitive players in here. I've said that's what we need. The problem is we don't have enough viruses. We don't have enough me's. We don't have, and a lot of them start to leave when they start to get frustrated, because when you start losing to cards you can't buy, that was an argument for unlocking the soulbound cards. I still think that that's a problem. I'm still totally angry every time I have to fight a Kulu Swim Hunter. It makes me extremely upset because I'm like, that card is so damn good, and it's like literally one of the meta cards of the set. It'd be different if I was missing like one of the not so good legendaries, one of like the white one that gives magic attack to the other people and stuff. Yeah, Zerial or something. But it's I'm missing the one they decided not to give me is literally probably the second most meta card of the game. I think Izar is the most.
Well, I'm missing all the others, so who cares?
Yeah, but I think land is more of a support for the economy. It's a big chunk of how the economy is supposed to work, and support for the cards and things like that. And the more the token goes up, the more people want to put into land to work it. Then you see chaos packs go up. Chaos packs has gone up from 65 cents to 70 something cents now, so they have made a move up at least. But
yeah, if people are burning DEC people are burning cards for DEC, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, like so, I mean, the thing is though, without land there to absorb all of that stuff, that's where things start to get messy, and that's why land needs to be out. It needs to be working.
It will be land,
and it also needs to. It also needs to get its updates right, because eventually, what everyone says is, no matter what, in a algorithmic based or product backed stablecoin, you reach a point where there's just too much of the token for it to maintain its peg. That's what everyone here would theorize would happen, is that eventually it's going to tip over and come back down, and it's never going to recover. The only way that doesn't happen is if the land ecosystems continues to grow, new buildings, new places to stake DEC, new places to burn DEC, new sets that come out that the game can support and have more DEC. Everything has to keep going and working and be updated and more added in and more added in, all in a timely manner, or you'll reach that point where it falls down and it never comes back up. And we've seen that happen to yes, that's the plan, but they're showing they can't execute their plans.
They're not showing crap. Stop saying that. They missed the date by 2 weeks. Big deal.
No,
they're not showing crap. They're showing
they missed the date by multiple months now, and an additional
they missed it
2
for
weeks.
2 weeks. They're having this team, like the Matthew said. He said he thinks land will be ready by 14, but there is a chance if something major comes up, they won't be able to release it on 14. And guess what? Something big came up, and they were not able to release it. Let's say they missed the date, because even though they said with a caveat, and you said like a few minutes ago, yes, with a caveat, I'll do this, but with a caveat, well, we seem to not care about the caveats anymore. So let's say they missed the date. Yes, they were going to have it next week ready, but since next week falls within Turkey territory, and they don't want to release stuff within Turkey territory, Turkey territory. They said a week later, and that's it. That's end of story. They missed the date. The new date is 2 weeks. So the delay from the date that they gave, the date they gave, the delay is 2 weeks, and that's only because the first week falls into Turkey territory.
You know what though?
Simple math.
You're still just giving them a complete free pass on the fact that they had a serious vulnerability found. And
Take it, Devon. My
You know-
my confidence.
and
in
that's
them.
fine. I understand. That's where you're at with it, and but that's just not where I'm at with it at this point. It's really just because I was getting ready to make some pretty big financial decisions to bring money in, and then as I came to the table, they went, "Yeah, that thing that you were gonna buy stuff for, it's still not working. You got to wait
It
2
really,
more weeks."
it really blows my mind.
See,
Now
So
I
to
have
me,
to say
I
I'm
mean-
gonna wait.
It really
And I'm
blows
on
my
the-
mind, Steve, because the game was way more generous to you than me, and I think you should have had way more confidence based on what you have made from the game already.
And
But-
I'm on the copium train too, but we just saw hints of the flywheel actually happening. There's been videos for a year talking about what the flywheel is, and we kind of finally saw like the hints of it maybe happening. We're seeing cards being burned, which we're going to do an event for, but people are just burning it for DEC. So we're finally seeing the things happen that makes the ecosystem work. And so for me, with Land being soon, Rebellion coming out, new cards from from Roof Watchers, to me, I think it's a great time. I mean, 2 weeks is like the fact that Land is just 2 more weeks for me is not that big a deal. But like I said, I feel like I could always use more time to get cards. So perhaps it's just not impacting me as much. But
I second that, even though for me nothing will change in 2 weeks. I won't be more prepared about land, but still, yeah, I mean, overall,
For me, it's just the problem is that now I'm seeing a consistency of failure. That's my problem. Is that it's not so much that it's 2 weeks. It's a consistency of
What is the
failure when it comes to
consistency?
land.
you said he gave one date and he missed it, so that's the consistency.
No, he doesn't get to completely ignore every single other date that they've missed on.
Well,
this.
that's what-
Just
that's what-
because- It's not.
that's what
Matt
giving-
isn't a brand new employee. He doesn't
Aha,
get a
but that's what
completely
giving a
clean slate.
Clean
He's
slate,
been-
yeah, that's what giving a clean slate means. That
No. You don't get a completely clean
Based
slate with here.
on
And the thing
his
is, what
job.
it shows me, though, is because Matt made a critical decision when he took over. He decided that they weren't going to do all hands on deck for land anymore. He was going to be okay with land being pushed back longer
Hmm?
and only have Farpertrod work on it because he needed to get Rebellion
Exactly.
built all the way out and make sure that it would work so the company could make revenue. That
And survive.
that theoretically, I was okay with that. I was okay with it enough that I did buy, 605 packs. It's not nothing. It's not whale status. It's not 20,000 chaos packs like I bought, obviously. But hey, the market's down. I don't have that kind of money this time around.
Yeah, it's
So
funny
the
money
point,
for you.
Mister, I need to be more nice to the game. Did you buy 20,000 packs? Because I
No.
did once.
I know.
So
because, as I said, the game was way
look, there's just the fact of the matter is that if you can, if somebody continues to show you who they are, you're not supposed to not believe them. You're supposed to believe them. And if they're going to continuously show me that they can't deliver this as a working product,
Where is the continuous showing?
have
this
you
is
not
a common
seen the
thing that's
math
been
builds? Have you never played with them?
and there is a number of players that I've spoken with that have the same concerns and have voiced the same thing too. So there is a group of people that do feel this way and are basically are going to wait until they see whatever it is delivered till they're going to participate again. But
Yeah, and that's just where they pushed me now. It's like I can't bring more money in. I can't focus on buying anything. I mean, maybe some Hive money in. Some of my Hive rewards I earn from posting about the game, I pretty religiously bring that into the game because I really only earn that because of the game. But like, I'm not gonna bring in those large things I was planning to do.
Then you take the missed
until
loss,
it's out and working.
and you take the missed opportunity losses. I mean, it's not a big deal. It happens.
And that's, I mean, that's a risk. Like there's a certain risk reward ratio. Like if you're willing to take a risk, you might get rewarded more with the promo cards, but you are taking the risk that things get delayed further, or that other things happen. So
and I've tried to equate this risk for me, and literally it's 5 legendary cards, and an X amount of the rare cards, and even if I put those at like double their normal value of an airdrop card, it's still not that much money I'm risking missing out on compared to how much money I was planning to bring into the ecosystem to get ready.
You're missing the whole point, Steve. You'll never be a gold player. I mean, you can say that now, but I'm sure you'll never be a gold player.
I don't know. People are getting pretty good at this game. I got my butt kicked today. I was halfway to Champion 1, and now I'm 3/4 of a way from Champion 1 going into the last day. So I'm going to need quite another good day tomorrow to get there.
But it's still about collection that you have, and you'll be like, now you're talking about Kulu Swim Hunter as being so meta, and you're so pissed off you cannot have it. Imagine when you start playing against those rebellion cards, they're beating the crap of you, and you're like, no, I need to have that card. So at the end of the day, you yourself, I'm sure you're aware that you go for max set sooner or later, regardless. So you pay the same for the packs. Because I don't believe they'll be
telling
cheaper.
me just to buy Bitcoin, so I won't be upset. But
yeah, I mean,
and
Papa Bear.
I saw that quest thing pop up when I went to Golem Splinter, that Golem game, but I didn't really pay attention to it. So now I have to go look at what it is.
Bear.
But it is going to be 10 o'clock. We've already been going for 2 hours. You're not going to change my mind. I'm not going to change your mind. I'll just say, like I said, I'm not selling assets. I'm just not buying assets at this point. Because the downside to me doesn't make any, like I'm being risky. I'm not buying DEC at 94. I mean, I don't think it's going to go. I'm going to have to buy it much more than that. And I might get to buy it way less than that if they delay again and then eventually bring it out, because this might get pushed down. I'm not going to buy any more Rebellion presale packs because, well, 2 things. I've been priced out of the Epic title. I'll just take my Rebel title with my 600 packs because I think that's enough. And I'll move on. I will buy 5 more. I'll change that because I might as well get the 1 more rare card.
500 you mean?
And be at an even 10. But other than that, I'm not going to try to push to get that Epic title. I don't really need it anyways because I have a high roller title. I have a couple other titles already in this game.
It's not about the need.
So
it's about if you can have it.
But that's the point. It's like, you guys, I have enough. So I'm just going to sit on what I have for the most part at this point.
You know that you can use any and every title on land, right?
Yeah, I do, and I'm still going to get one.
Just checking.
I'm just not willing to I'm not willing to push my way into that Epic. Unless I'm wrong and they pass them up, so... But I'm glad it was entertaining, guys. I was a little more fiery tonight because it just felt like it would be more fun to be fiery. It felt fun to just argue this in person with people. I actually love arguing. I just don't get to do it that often because usually I'm in more of the same headspace as other people. But I don't know.
Why you have me.
Today, when I watched that town hall and he said that, I was just like, oh my God, here we go again. And he's a little bit of it is, we were in Matt Hopium world maybe. I don't know what to say, but it felt worse when he missed his date than when Aggie missed his. It just did. And I can't fully explain why, but it felt so
Matt,
much worse.
Bring Nate as a CEO.
No, I don't think of Nate as highly as I do as Matt. It's like when the hype guy misses his date, you can be like, that's the hype guy. When the genius misses his date, then you go, well, shit.
Obviously, you don't think that highly of Matt.
But it was fun, Virus, or anything else, Bebeomega?
No, it was fun for me, so yeah.
The last time I came on to gang up on Bebeomega with his thoughts on slowbound cards, so this time I got to gang up with Hopium against you.
You brought it a little light, though. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, no, that's true. Because I'm more of like that. I could see either side of things. So
Yeah.
I'm
thanks,
hyped.
guys.
I'm hyped.
This
either
was
way.
fun.
But you always-
Don't worry, I'll do some mea culpas in 2 weeks if they actually hit that date. I'm sure I'll have to eat some of my own words, and he'll get to say some "I told you so's," and all of you can have some fun throwing it back at me like, it was just 2 more weeks. But
okay.
and the best "I told you so" will be if that legendary card is like $300 a copy. Let's hope, but I don't think that's what's going to happen.
I don't want anything bad for you, man. I'm just saying that just the math in my head says if you know that you go after a full set, as many as you can buy now, you get at least something extra for them because if you buy them anyways down the road. Yeah,
but I'm not a full
I
set
hope you're right for
buyer
yourself.
of Rebellion until I get my Celsius money back. I'm just not. And so no matter what, that's not until early next year. There's nothing I can do about that. I just don't have the money to.
No,
to
you
in
do.
crypto to buy
That's
it.
the thing. That's the thing that you do have the money. You can just postpone your land for whatever.
No,
until
I only
you
have
have
2 million DEC left. It's not enough.
Was not enough for what?
It's not enough to buy as much as you're saying. But quick, I want to answer
How
this
much?
question for bro sis.
Wait.
Really quickly.
How-
No, he's
how much?
got.
2 million
It's a
DEC?
kind of important question. Because
Okay.
he's asking if burning SPS allows there to be additional SPS minted later on because it was a 3 billion max supply, and no. The current plan is once it is burned, our max supply is just lower.
So Stevie,
So, okay,
tell
go
me
ahead.
how many packs 2 million is?
Oh, I forgot.
Were you did?
Isn't it like 600?
500,
Or am I way wrong?
500, yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, that's not enough. 1100. Okay, it's enough to get a max legendary. It's not enough to get a max set. A max set is what?
Okay.
3,000
but
packs?
But as I said, as much as you can get with getting something for them, the rest you can get the rest when
He
you're
really wants me to be at 1100 packs. He really wants me to be.
Yeah, I
there.
want you to go.
Unless somebody out there wants to sponsor me buying 500 more packs and send that money over to me, it's not going to happen.
I want you to have 1101, so you can push me down to Rebellion title. I'll be happy with that.
See, I'm trying to think now. If I was to sell, like, how many packs do I need to actually get if I was to sell all my gold foils that I get from the packs? So I mean, it's supposed to be like 3,000 to 3,500 to get a full set of just if you're opening the packs. But if you sell all the gold foils,
Steve, Plado is telling you same thing, man. Virus is telling you, I'm telling you, Plado is telling you. Come on, man.
You know, guys.
Okay, if you want somebody on your side, ask Tails. He'll tell you not.
Tails isn't going to tell me what to do. He's supportive either way. It's just they just want me to buy the packs to help. I don't know, to help the company. I might be wrong. I don't know, guys.
No, we love you,
They
Steve, and
messed me
we're
up.
looking. We love you, and we're looking.
And we're trying to end the show, so let's stop debating more topics.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know that.
Yep, sell a kidney.
Yeah.
No, that's still what we're trying to do. Guys, it was a pleasure being with you about the people that I was just talking to and the audience. I really enjoyed. I was thinking it will be a boring show that we probably won't even make 2 hours, but I had a lot of fun. I also said that I would let Steve vent and I won't say anything. I guess I didn't come through with that promise, but I had a lot of fun and it was entertaining. So thank you both, Steve, Virus, and all everybody in the audience. And I guess I'll see you next week, hopefully.
Anything, Virus?
No, I'm just still excited for all the stuff, and I need to get more DEC cards and get more packs and everything else. So
Yeah, and obviously, guys, for me to be this upset, I was very, very excited. So now I'm just very, very upset that this didn't happen.
In 2
And
weeks,
so
you'll be
hopefully
very,
I'll go back to very, very excited.
Yeah, enjoy your turkey.